Hey everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. I have an exciting video for all of you because today I'll be showing you some exclusive gameplay of a new mobile game that is coming soon to the app stores, going by the name of Arena Breakout. This is a game I've heard so much about on social medias, seen people talk about it on Twitter, some pictures and videos, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on it today. So I want to give a shout out to Arena Breakout for sending me an early build of the game and for sponsoring today's video. If this is your first time hearing about Arena Breakout, then let me break it down for you. It's a next-gen first-person shooter and probably the most realistic mobile game I've ever seen. For those who have heard of the PC game Escape from Tarkov, you'll already have an idea of this genre. It's essentially one of those games where you spawn into the map with a certain amount of gear and you have to travel across the map killing as many people as possible while looting as much supplies as possible, and finally, trying to get to one of those extraction points. If you're familiar with Metro Royale mode in PUBG Mobile, which some of you might be, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. However, when I first played this game, it felt different. The level of realism the game has with its awesome game mechanics, how highly immersive it is, and just how in-depth it goes, it feels almost like a PC game, which is crazy to say because I'm playing on a mobile device, and for that to be compared to a PC game is just crazy. The closed beta for this game has just begun. February 17th was the first day, and as a matter of fact, I do have a link down below in the description. We have a download link as well as the socials for Arena Breakout if you care to check them out. The download link for the closed beta will only be available for 2 months, so download the game while you can now. It won't be open for too long. Check it out. Scrolling through the tutorial tab is something I highly recommend when starting off because it'll tell you all the different things that can affect your player in game, things like dehydration, blood loss after being shot, any broken or damaged bones in your body, hunger, the list goes on. This will give you an idea of what are some important items to bring with you when you start a match, and also what are some things that you should be bringing back if you are able to make it out alive. And trust me, you won't make it out alive every time. I'll talk about that later though. When it comes to customization, there's some cool things you can do to change the look of your character, but that of course isn't fully developed yet since the game hasn't been released. Remember though, this is the closed beta, but I'm sure when the global launch comes, which if I had to guess is probably this year, they'll bring some cool outfits and skins into the shop. Now before you go into a match, as I talked about earlier, you're going to choose what you want to bring with you. The items feel almost endless. You have medical supplies like bandages, syringes, painkillers, different types of ammo for every weapon, helmets, bulletproof vests, different types of food and water. You have to be careful what you bring with you though, because in Arena Breakout, if you die in a match, you lose all your supplies. Yeah, everything. You lose it all. So you decide at the end of the day what is worth taking into the battlefield. The game also has an entire market system where players can buy and sell their different items. Any item that the game has, you'll find it here. So if you ever need anything and have extra cash, you can buy it, or if you have it extra in your inventory, you can sell it. You even have the ability to contact other players that are selling items in the market, so that's pretty cool stuff. Next up is the highly customizable gunsmith system. Here you have the opportunity to customize any weapons with any attachments you've either found on the battlefield or have purchased from the market. Let me show you something pretty crazy. So let's say that you select the AK-74U for instance. You can customize all these different parts of the weapon. It almost feels endless. Barrels like suppressors or compensators, magazines, scopes from a red dot to any other that you can imagine. I kind of like it though, and here it shows you the weapons in the game too. You can actually see for yourself like the AUG, the AUG, or the AR-30, even the Desert Eagle. These are weapons that just haven't been unlocked yet. There's just such an in-depth amount of stuff that you can do in this game to keep making you want to play it and grind it out. There's always going to be something else to go for or another level to reach, which is always a good thing. Arena Breakout also has tasks in-game or missions to complete when you're in a game. You can win XP and unique items, currency, etc. I highly recommend that you do these when starting off the game. These can be as simple as, killing enemies in a certain location of the map, or sometimes having to find a key to unlock certain restricted areas or doors. The further you go through these missions though, the more rewarding it'll be, but the level of difficulty will increase. Now, let's go ahead and get into the good part, which is some gameplay. Currently, there are 2 different types of game modes in Arena Breakout, TAC Ops and Covert Ops. TAC Ops will probably be the first mode you play, and that's basically what I explained earlier in the video, where you go into the map as an agent, either in solos or squads, it doesn't matter. You can play with friends or just you soloing it, and you can bring whatever you want with you from your inventory. Take some time to really think what it is that you need, because like I said before, in Arena Breakout, if you die, you lose everything you had on you. You go back to the lobby with absolutely nothing, and it sucks. Has this happened to me? Of course not. No, what are you kidding me? I mean, me? Of course. No, no. But really, think it out and think exactly what you need to take. One of the matches I was playing, I ran out of ammo midway. I don't know what happened. I remember bringing ammo with me, but mid-match on both my guns, I was completely out. And this was at the same time as me getting shot mid-game. But what can also happen is if you bring too many items, your inventory gets too full. Your character starts to move slower, your stamina depreciates faster, it can happen. Now this isn't like other mobile games that we know of where it's just run and gun and you go in guns blazing. No, this is a very tactical and strategic game. You need to pick and choose your fights very carefully. If you don't feel confident taking on a certain player or you begin to hear tons of footsteps in your building, it's better to just escape with the loot you have than to just lose it all. I really wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting a game to feel this good this soon on mobile. The maps are incredibly huge too, which each one having its own unique terrain, the different types of buildings you can explore. When I first got to play it, I was probably playing it for about 6 to 8 hours nonstop. So yeah. The other game mode I mentioned is Covert Ops, which is quite different. In this mode, you randomly spawn into the map with random gear that the game gives you. There have been times where I've gotten a good AK, and there have been times where I just have a pistol and no armor. So the game decides what loot you have. You never know what you'll get, but that's one of the fun things about it is that, you know, it has you at the edge of your seat while you're queuing up and waiting for the match to begin. Just like in the first mode though, everything you loot, you get to keep. The most unique thing about this mode is the AI on the map. It doesn't see you as an enemy. So only if you start to shoot at them, that's when they'll begin to fire back. So you pretty much know when it's a real player because, well, they're shooting at you. So now, yes, you do queue up with other players in this game. Of course, there's some bots, but as you level up and you choose the other locations on the map, you will begin to see less and less AI and more real players. We also have these red circles on the map, sort of like some danger zones. This is where you're going to find the best loot and probably your best chance of finding real players. So high risk and high reward. Every match I played, I try my best to pass through these to get better loot overall. If you're looking to play the most realistic game on mobile when it comes to first-person shooters, I highly recommend Arena Breakout. It's one of the best looking mobile games I've ever played, and not just graphics-wise, but just how immersive the game is. Endless customizations for every type of playstyle, whether you want to push the enemies inside the building with your AK, or you want to snipe them from a distance and play sneaky, the game has it all. So remember that the closed beta just dropped February 17th for certain countries, so definitely go to the link down below, click on it, and download the game now. The beta will only be open for 2 months, so make sure to take advantage of the opportunity and give Arena Breakout a try. To wrap things up though, I'm looking forward to the future of mobile gaming, and I know Arena Breakout will play a big part in that. The game has a lot of potential, and let me know what you think of the game. Is it something that you're going to try out? Are you interested in it? We already have a lot of battle royales on mobile, but this game in particular is unique in that it's sort of first of its kind for mobile players. So thank you guys for watching. Again, link down below and hit the like if you guys enjoyed. Thank you once again, Arena Breakout, for sponsoring today's video, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.